Good evening. Hello everyone. Pop your hands up. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to picture yourself in a large open field. Hello my darlings. Welcome back to my channel. So, have you all heard the news? The world is reopening again. Yes, the COVID rules are being lifted and the world is being reopened again. Now, I want to talk to you on this subject because I feel that lockdown had many mixed reviews and it also had many positives that came out of it. Don't all shout at me, I'll explain in a minute. And it also had many negatives coming out of it. Now, let's just focus on today, you protecting your energy coming out of lockdown, because there will be some people that are literally running to the door, coats on, ready to go, booking themselves onto everything, can't wait, diary's full, and it's all booked up till December next year, right? There will be people like that are so excited and so ready for that change and so ready to get back to normal. There will be the people that are maybe going to take it slow and do a few things and see how they get on and, yeah, you know, dip their toe in the water a little bit, but be a lot slower. Then you'll get the ones that just do not want to go out again and can't imagine life going back to normal and are maybe a little bit terrified of catching COVID still, or just terrified of going back to normal life, you know, and having all of the stresses and strains that come with it. So whichever one is applicable to you, it doesn't matter where you are in the spectrum, whether you are skipping for the door or whether you are one of the other two options, you can always get support from spirit. You absolutely can. Now, I've got a couple of top tips for you that I get people to do in my business coaching. And it's usually we go through this at the end of one of their launches. And it's about the energetic practices that go alongside their launches when they're bringing their products and services out. And the one that I love the most that Spirit come out with is the last stage of it, where they go through the analysis, like the recap, what they've enjoyed, how they felt during the events, and also what they would learn from it and how they would change things if they went through it again. So I kind of need you to do the same thing now for me. So regardless of where you are, let's do a bit of an analysis about how you've actually felt during COVID, full stop. You know, which one of the brackets have you been? Have you been the person that's been desperate to get out and see people and it's really detrimentally affected you? Or have you actually enjoyed it, you know, in a slight weird way that you quite like the quiet and you've appreciated the smaller things in life and you've learned a little bit about yourself and learned things about life? Or maybe you've been the one that is just like, actually, it made no difference to me because I don't really go out all that much anyway and that's just my life. So regardless of where you are, how has it been for you, this journey? You know, and are you ready to burst through the doors or are you ready to take a step back? Comment below, let me know. I'd like to see what the ratio is. Okay, so regardless of this, we need to reflect on how you've been during lockdown, what's been going on for you, how have you felt, and really addressing this. Have you felt good? Have you felt bad? Just identifying your emotions over the past, well, it's been a year, hasn't it? Over the past year, and how you feel about yourself. And also, have you learnt anything? Have you learnt that maybe you are on a hamster wheel most of the day and you've liked being off the hamster wheel? And if you have, what changes are you going to make now going forward? Because stepping out can almost be a little bit scary if you've got some things that you weren't happy with before and then you feel that you have to go back to them again now. It can be scary. So what changes would you like to put in place? Because remember, with the best will in the world, none of us had any control in lockdown. Nothing. None of us had any control. But what we can do is have the control of reflection, and we can see where we are happy with our lives and where we'd like to make some improvements. So if you think now this is your golden opportunity to learn from everything that you've just been through, and your golden opportunity to lean in on spirit and ask them to give you support. And they can give you support in the form of looking at those changes that you wish to make and wish to take forward in the rest of your life. And also, if you are stepping out into the world again a little bit, you know, fearful or treading carefully, you can lean in on spirit and ask them for support and ask them to give you the confidence, love and guidance along the way, and just be more mindful of you and your energy as well. Now, I myself, to give you some example of where I am on the spectrum with this, because you're all probably thinking, well, where's Katie on this spectrum? So I'll be honest with you, I'm always open. Now, I'm in the middle. I was very much in the middle. So I was, prior to lockdown, the crazy mom, driving around everywhere, dance competitions most weekends, like trying to fit every friend and family member in, you know, within a 2-week process, so people wouldn't feel I'd left them out, and trying to remember everyone's birthdays, all the school bits. It was just non-stop. It was crazy. And running a business as well, running a full-time business. And in my line of work, you have to be as grounded as possible. And you have to give time for that. You have to give time for meditation and grounding, because maybe not just in my line of work, like it's good for you, it's good for your soul, it's good for your mind, everything. So I have to schedule in the time to do that as well, to make sure that I'm fully open and receptive for you guys, so I can serve at the highest of levels. So when we went into lockdown, I realised just how much I was on that hamster wheel, and I was just going back and forth in such a routine that it was so rigid and structured. I'm surprised I wasn't like this. Like literally, it's so rigid and structured. And I was like, oh, so we went into lockdown, and I was always confident, and I've done videos and live streams of this way back. So you'll probably have to look through the previous catalogue of videos, not photos. But I was always confident that we would come out of lockdown and everything would be fine. And I was never worried about it, never. And I actually saw it as an opportunity to rest and recoup. And I learned so much. I learned that me and my family were just maybe not spending enough quality time together. We'd spent time together, but not quality time. And I knew all about my children's lives in detail in lockdown. We did so many fun things, like themed days for food. We did cinema nights. We did all sorts of different things and activities. We found some beautiful walks literally on our doorstep that we'd been here 1.5 years and we didn't even know existed. And there was just so much that we took in. We got our puppy Henry, you know, life sort of slowed down. And yes, there were moments, of course, where we missed family and friends deeply, but it was just almost like, someone's pressed pause and we had a long-term holiday. Now, I'm not saying it was a breeze and it was great. It wasn't. You know, there was lots of other things that, you know, we had to get our head round, and obstacles and things like that, and challenges. But overall, it made me realise from the purpose of my analysis, which I do after launches, is that my life was too manic and it's never going to go back to that manic stage again. So we've put things in place, me and Mr. H, to make sure that we can adapt our lives so that we get that enjoying that quality, and our energy is going to be there, and we're not just going to be zooming around here, there and everywhere. We're going to be very present in the moment. And being present in the moment is so important, because life is happening around you now. It's not going to be in 4 years' time. It's not going to be when you've got this. It's not going to be when you've made that connection. It's not going to be this, that and the other. Life is now. It's happening all around you, and you need to embrace and enjoy it. And Spirit are here to help you. Of course they are. But you need to decide what works for you in lockdown, what works for you day to day, and what you would like to bring in. So when I say what works for you, I don't mean logistically in your families. I mean, what works for your vibration? What do you need? What do you require to show up to be the best version of you and to be the most cleansed version of you? Because when you're the most cleansed version of you, guess what? You receive more. You're ready and enabled to have more. You can have such guidance and love and support on a grander scale. So you being aware of your vibration and what's happening within you is absolutely vital to that, and is imperative. And so it's your duty to make sure that you assess where you're at. And if you're not ready to go running out and skipping and booking everything, that's okay. Take your time. Your vibration needs a bit extra time, but allow yourself that space to breathe. If you are rushing out there to go and see everyone, then give them all the hugs and allow you, if it's safe, give them all the hugs and spend time and absorb the energy that you so needed and your soul's required, and give your soul more of that. And if you're like me and you've reflected and you know what changes need to make place, then take your time and put those changes in and honour that, and do it unapologetically. You know, if you need certain things in your life to stay balanced and you need a certain way of living, then it's your responsibility to honour your vibration. There we go. So I'd love to know where you are in the spectrum, what your thoughts have been. Which one are you going to be? You're going to be rushing out? Are you going to be taking your time? share with me in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will be back here with new content every Tuesday. If you do enjoy any of these videos, please feel free to follow my other media channels, which I populate on a daily basis, or sign up to my email list, which I send about, ranges from about 3 to 4 emails a week. So you'll be able to get more information and more top tips and more trainings and more insight from Spirit. I love you all so very, very much. Thank you so much for being here. Big kisses and big loves. Mwah!